Hey guys, Joe here with Local Pro Helper. It's been a while for videos, and honestly I just ran out of content ideas and just working on some side projects and stuff like that. So this video is about, when you're just starting out, what to actually charge. Okay, so this question comes up all the time in different Facebook groups and everything else. And typically the answer is just know your numbers. Well, when you're starting out, you have no idea what your numbers are. Not only that, and I guess that's not always true, but the main thing is like when you're first starting out, like you don't want to be charging $3,000 for a job when everyone else is charging $5, $6, $7,000. Like obviously you're here to make money, but you don't want to leave a ton of money on the table, right? So this is what I do. It's pretty simple. So whatever line of business you're in, like a fence company for me, decks, railings, like whatever you do. Basically the first thing you want to do is call 3 to 5 of the companies in your area and find out what they charge for a particular service. So, and you want to make it kind of standard. So if it's going to be, fence related, we'll just say, call up the other companies and say, hey, I have a, straight run of 150 feet. I'm looking for whatever your most popular kind of material is. So if it's wood or vinyl or aluminum or whatever it may be. And you just ask for a price what that would be. Okay, and you would do that for 3 to 5 companies. And what you typically want to try to do is find out, who the big players are in your area that have been around the longest. You want to call some of them as well as some of the other people that are a little bit newer. The other thing I would also do is go on Google My Business and search for whatever you do. So, and if it's fence company, type in fence company near me and see what, the ones with the best reviews or the ones that show up, call them as well. And what you'll find out is, for a typical job, it might be $5,000. Well, some people are going to charge 45, some people are going to charge 6. Okay. And, but you're going to just write those numbers down at this point. Okay. The next thing you want to do is you need to figure out what kind of situation you're in and what kind of person you are. Okay. So what I mean by that is if you had just started this business, maybe it's a side hustle at this point. It's just extra income. You don't really need the money, but you're tired of working wherever you are and you just want to start your own business or something like that. Or on the flip side, you may, like when I first started out, I had to make more money. Like my current day job wasn't making enough. I was struggling financially and I just had to make money. Otherwise, I just wasn't going to be able to afford anything. And then the last type of group is basically you own your own company, fence company, whatever it may be, and you desperately need work. So basically, the more desperate that you are for money and for work and everything else, well, the less that you're actually going to charge. Like it's just what's going to happen because at that point, the more desperate you just want to book more jobs or book a job or whatever it may be. So you're probably going to charge less than you should. Like it's just going to happen. So when you get all these numbers, just figure, if it's between $45,000 and $6,000, if you're really desperate, like you're charging $4,500. Okay. The next thing you want to do is find out what the materials are going to cost you. So typically bigger companies, like myself, we're going to get better pricing than these smaller companies will. So, I know for me, like when I first started out, like 6-foot solid weight vinyl that I could basically get from Lowe's and Home Depot. And basically the other types, so any other heights or colors or styles or whatever else, well, I had to buy it from another fence company and I was paying retail price at that point. So if you're going to pay retail price, you have to make sure that you can run a profit. So if you're charging $4,500 and the materials are coming out to $4,000, well, then you have to add concrete and everything else, and it just doesn't make sense to do the job for that much. So then you're going to know that you have to charge more. Okay. But if you're not able to, charge anymore, but you're still paying $4,000 for the materials and charging $4,500, well, you got to do something different. You either have to find the materials for cheaper, or you have to charge more, or you have to find a way to get the phone to ring more often. Is what it usually comes down to. And to do that, it's really easy. It's Google My Business. Like the same way you're searching for a fence company near me, or where you or whatever, is the same thing everyone does. It's the same thing over and over and over again. So if you haven't watched the other video, it's the first one on this channel, but it's the Google My Business video, and it shows you what to do step by step. If you want to do that, you can hire it out on Fiverr if you want to do that as well. anything that you want to do, you can pretty much do on Fiverr, Upwork, stuff like that. And that's pretty much what you have to do. Like, it's not rocket science, but it's also not like, eventually once you start getting on your way, yeah, you have to know your numbers. Obviously, you have to run a profit. For that kind of thing, obviously, I mentioned 100 times on this channel at this point, but if you're not using a profit planner, that's what helps you really get to the next level. Right now, that's kind of like what's out there is the beta version. Eventually, we're going to start working on improving that after I work on my own program, the kitchen sink program. But basically what you do is you put in your business and personal expenses, and from there you have, a number that you have to hit. Maybe it's $1,000 a week, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, whatever that number is. And then you're going to enter in your jobs. So you'll put in basically how much the total cost was, the materials, the labor, and then you put in your own time that you actually did on that job. And with that information, it's going to tell you, okay, you need X amount of jobs per week, and you're going to be working X amount of hours per week, and all that kind of good stuff. So at least you have a target to hit. Because if you just go through life saying, I need to book more jobs, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work, because more jobs is what? Is it 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 5 jobs? And what happens is if you don't know exactly what you need to hit, well, you're just never going to hit it. It's like playing darts without a dartboard. It's like playing darts without like a bullseye or any target to hit. Like, you're just like throwing darts. You know what I mean? So that's what you want to do. And then also within the profit planner, it's the future planner. So it'll start showing you like, well, if you need to make more, well, this is what you need to do. If you want to work less, well, this is what you need to do. And it's pretty much that simple. So anyway, shorter video, 7 minutes. But anyway, hope you guys have an awesome day. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments, and then I will be glad to answer them. And then if you need some help, so you can just email support@localprohelper.com. And then I can at least answer the question, or I can create a video to answer that question. Because if you have the question, everyone has a question. And like I said, I'm out of content ideas. So anyway, thanks. Have a good one.